Woof woof! Hello everybody, Shuffle Woof here with a new album review. Today we will be discussing the new Water Gun Sky Attack album, 6 tenants killing one homeowner 6 times over. Water Gun Sky Attack is a Canadian band based in Quebec who has been active for over a decade at this point. Debuting in 2013 with their album Let, they started strong with an art rock sound that incorporated a healthy amount of experimental electronic beats. Their 2014 album, I Don't Know What You're Worried About, develops the sound even further. Glow City, their 2016 album, focuses a little more on the organic and rock-led elements of their sound, while 2019's Gay Joke veers harder into their electronic influences, producing some of their most experimental songs to date. Their 2022 album, Total Swarm for Young Men, builds on their previous albums, the band continuing to develop and create more eccentric and experimental art rock. This is really quite the discography for anyone who enjoys energetic and out-of-the-box rock bands like Shoo Shoo or Idols. Their newest project, 6 Tenants Killing One Homeowner 6 Times Over, continues down the art rock path Water Gun thrives in the most. If you have liked any of their previous work, you will surely enjoy this newest helping. The central themes on this album are the lead's struggle under the cruelty of capitalism, as well as some of his relationship struggles. Before anything, the most standout aspect of this record has to be the dense and well-written poetry, as well as the potent vocal deliveries. There is a lot to sink your teeth into, so let us get started. The opener, a tedious deity and 6 tenants ears, begins with drum and guitar rhythms that feel off-kilter and odd, while being very engaging. The expressive and theatrical vocal shout at someone about not realizing yet how their future has been ruined by someone else, and how they should be more ruthless against the person who caused it, even alluding to violence. I love how otherworldly, dark, and abstract this one comes off. What a creative tone setter. The creativity continues on Zero Comfort, this one combining some distorted acoustics with soft rock. I also love the electronic flourishes, as well as the chill ending, where the high ends skitter in your ears in a really unsettling way. The lyrics get even more morbid. Water Gun penning lines like, in the head no love left, just your blood, old blood, and the love of my life is asleep in my arms now. All I can dream of is stupid revenge. To me this reads as the lead struggling to move on from a troubled relationship he wishes he could get revenge or closure with, and how his feelings linger even if he is in a new relationship in an objectively better place. Very potently put, this one shakes me to my core. The bangers continue with Nerves, which plays with an unlikely but interesting combination of acoustic and drum rhythms. The synth bass here is incorporated really well with the vibe and the overall instrumental build. I love it when the vocals intensify. The delivery becomes rushed like violent slam poetry, which makes things overwhelming but very exciting. There are some absolutely standout lyrics on this one, commenting on the struggle and frustration that comes with being stuck in a low-paying and overwhelming job, as well as the weakness one may feel in opposition to it. I love how the lead repeats, "Do you think I might be different?" while dreaming of standing up to the powerful, not wanting to be seen as just a cog in the system. I love the constant allusions to resistance being what makes a person, commenting on how capitalism dehumanizes the worker. You Ungrateful Losers is yet another potent highlight, with lyrics and a sentiment that stay lodged in my head. This one is more straightforward, with lyrics about working your life away for your kids only for them to be ungrateful. The lead also warns them not to be oblivious to the capitalist structure oppressing all of them. The vocal performance is one of this song's best elements. So much effort is put into selling the bleakness of lines like, "The worst thing that I can imagine is my offspring complacent and freakish and dumb, while they squander away what I've won." Paired with all of this is an off-kilter acoustic and distorted synth instrumental, which incorporates some nice drum variations and softer phases. Extremely memorable. The next track, Baby Doll, I love. Your Red Hot Carapace may be the brightest and most accessible track on the record, even if it is still quite harrowing. I like the strong bass, electric guitar solos, and reverb and distorted synths that color the high end. Sometimes the louder synths and guitar strums compete with the vocals and can be a bit distracting for me, but Water Gun's poetic lyrics more than make up for it. I interpret this song as a lead feeling unable to be vulnerable in a romantic relationship, feeling so insecure he only feels comfortable with low commitment arrangements, evident in lines like, he said, "There's some things you don't want, it'd be better for you to have, and I appreciate that, man, but I don't want anybody here in my house." Very engaging. Next, How to Please a Real Man pairs acoustics with an experimental beat and otherworldly electric guitar flourishes coloring the backdrop. The vocal performance is extremely dynamic. What a great energy! I love the glitchy passages, especially the ironic glitchiness when the lead sings, easy on the ears. There are abstract electronics in the high end and bursts of violin here and there, very nice. The second half strips things back to just guitars and a passionate and slowly intensifying vocal. The lyrics describe feeling weak to people with more power than you in a capitalist society. The lead getting so extreme he describes resentfully letting his boss take advantage of his body in the end. Very graphic, but hard-hitting. Following that is So Alive, with its deep, pretty, gloomy electric guitar plucking. I love its gorgeous bell-like flourishes and the drums, which fill the space well. The rhythm's very nicely in the second half, and it has a good gradual build. I especially love the synth that hits every 8 bars. There are some beautifully poetic lyrics about denying having murdered someone of high respect, and being frustrated they are still respected in death like he would not be, since he is not of high status. I like the commentary on the classist perspective in which human life can be viewed. The lead singing, "People don't die the way people are meant to. They stay in suspension or they just never were." This chilling cut ends on a glitchy pulse of sorts. I adore it. We end with a last highlight of many, cruel useless music. This one starts with minimalist guitar and drums and synths that creep their way in. I love the innovative use of EQ here. More synths come in and add depth to the sound, but it does not interrupt the relative calmness or darkness of the track. The lead appears to be addressing a loved one, lamenting how he feels like a dead weight on their life, singing lines like, "A waste of a life, for a waste of a life." This is a subtle but great closing track. The sound design here is so creative. Overall, I think this is an absolutely stunning album. From front to back, this is some extremely creative and maybe hard rock, and the anti-capitalist and poetic nature of the lyrics is noteworthy all throughout. I fully expect this one to be in my top bracket of albums for 2025. This is an absolute must-listen for any rock fans. Kudos to everyone who absolutely smashed it on this very raw, deep, and densely packed set of tracks. Water gun, sky attack, you shuffled my woofs. Woof woof.